Phantom versus Les Mis. Two of the very best musical theatre has to offer, going up against each other in all different elements to see which one is the greatest musical of all time. I will be judging each musical based on each category you see here. And each round, they'll be given 1 point to which musical I feel has the better of that category. Until we come down to a final score. And I promise you, there will be a winner by the end of this video. Plot versus plot. Now, as someone who's seen both shows, both films, read up on the source material, what has the better plot? See, Phantom's a love story, and Les Mis is a story about vengeance. A story about, well, trying to escape the law. But when I was watching both in the theatre, one of these musicals, the plot was very clear. One was a lot more simple and a lot more focused, which is Phantom. And I'm going to give this point to Phantom purely because Les Mis' plot, well, got so many different characters and so many different stories within the plot itself. It's hard to keep up if you're just watching Les Mis for the first time. Remember, this list as well is about which is the best musical. And let's be honest, if the average viewer, the average goer is going to see a show, they don't want to get confused during the show. And before anyone says it, I am a smart man. Like hold on. Okay, the next category is the sets. Now, both have incredible sets. Both have all sorts of types of sets in their arsenal. However, when we look at Phantom, you're looking at opera. The whole point of the sets is to convey the inner workings of theatre. After all, you are combined and limited to that of an opera on the outside and inside. But of course, the Phantom's there is an amazing piece of set, an amazing bit of mechanics, and amazing visual effects as well. However, Les Mis, Les Mis has a lot, and a lot more. So, okay, let me describe a bit more about a lot more. Okay, you have like the cobbled streets. You even have the sewers. You have the balcony where Javert, well, there's a lot more sets in Les Mis. But do I really give it to Les Mis for having a lot more sets? I think I have to. I think I have to in this case. Even though Phantom sets are very good. They are very good, very good. But Les Mis, when I'm thinking of a set, I'm thinking of that barricade. Just that barricade one alone. It really encapsulates the atmosphere a bit better, I believe. I mean, Phantom, yeah, you've got like... Oh my god, Phantom sets are good as well. No, this round goes to Les Mis purely because of how well the sets are used in a more of a... Oh, my Phantom sets... I can't give him a draw. Okay, which sets look more pretty? Fuck it, Les Mis, you're getting a point. It's 1-1. It's 1-1. Stop it before I change my mind. Fuck it, I changed my mind. Phantom has the better set. I've said it. Like, how can I be so stupid? The underwater layer. The Phantom's layer is enough, right? It's got built-in mechanics. The sets can move by themselves at times. With the set as well, the chandeliers are part of the set. Oh, well, I'm being dumb. Phantom, obviously. Costumes. When I think to Phantom costumes, immediately my mind just goes straight to the Phantom. His mask. But you've also got the Devil's costume, all the masquerade costumes. But when you think about all the costumes are very similar. Bear with me. You can put Raoul and Phantom and switch their costumes around, minus the mask, of course, and it'd basically be the same thing. Christine literally wears a dressing gown for most of the production. And before anyone gets on me, I do not give one shit about Christine's graveyard attire. I don't really care for it. Sorry. But yeah, but with all the other casts, like, let's not think about the main trio in Phantom. Let's think about all the extras, their costumes. Okay, Hannibal, all the ballerine costumes are good. But even when it comes to the later operas, the ballerine costumes are basic. They all just wear white. The costumes are very, very basic, which is not a bad thing because the costumes in Phantom that are not an actual play, as in they're not doing a play within the show. They're very basic, very minimum, very like for the period, like, alright, we get it. But the costumes in the actual show within the show, they're amazing. Like, the operatic side of Phantom have amazing costumes. But then you go to Les Mis' end, and I could say the same thing about it all the same, all in drags. I think the fact that Les Mis, their costumes, they tell a lot bigger story, I think, the costumes, especially Valjean's costumes. Like, Valjean's costumes from the start, from Act 1, all the way up until the end of the show, and how his own costume has developed is really significant. Especially, as well, his foil, Javert. Like, I'm pretty sure he wears the same costume throughout the whole film, and that kind of just shows his, well, just him, really. The fact that he's a one stubborn And that's good. That's what the costume's meant to do, show the character. I believe that Phantom could have done it better, but the reason why he has a mask, other than the fact to cover his face, but it's meant to be very beautiful, very elegant, very like masculine and all that kind of stuff. The fabric he uses for the mask, I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's like the highest possible material you can get to show beauty, if that makes sense. But some shows get this wrong. This isn't a very constant, I believe. But Les Mis, I think, is more constant with his costumes throughout the show and throughout its years. So I'm going to give this point to Les Mis. What's the basic story behind each show? Now, with Phantom, it's a love story. It's London's greatest love story. It's not just a love story, but it's also trying to find and accepting who you are. However, I think this round has to go to Les Mis purely for the fact that it shows revolution. A real actual thing. History. You're showing history, but then again, you can say Phantom's history because the Phantom of the Opera is alleged to be a real... Alright. Confirmed history, Les Mis is showing revolution. Les Mis is showing kind-heartedness. Sometimes accepting your morals over duty is what really matters. Les Mis is also looking at friendship and fighting for the right causes. In terms of themes, Les Mis, you're getting a point. Choreography. Now, this is not just dancing. This could be any sort of choreography you see on stage, whether that be manoeuvring the set around, some combat choreography. Of course, Phantom, there's a lot of ballet involved. There's a lot of moving the set around, trying to maneuver Christine and the Phantom during the boat scene. I believe that there is a lot more choreography, a lot more in Les Mis. You've got a lot more violent scenes. Is there many dancing in Les Mis? I can't remember much dancing. I think the choreography in Les Mis, it's trying to show a different type of grit, a different type of story. Like the choreography used isn't simple, it's not simply just dancing. It's to convey pain, it's to convey suffering. Damn, I took a dark turn. But I think Les Mis has the upper hand in terms of that type of choreography, and I think Phantom has the upper hand in terms of dance choreography, because I can't remember any dancing in Les Mis. But I can't just base it just off dancing. I've got to base it on fight choreography, and I think obviously Les Mis wins on fight choreography and all that kind of schnaz of when they're getting shot, bang, bang, like all that is like, oh. So if Les Mis has the fight choreography, Phantom has the dancing choreography, now it's just about who can move the set better. And well, I got to give it to Les Mis, because Les Mis, well, when I was watching it, I didn't even notice the set change, and all of a sudden, bang, it's changed in front of me. And there's so many different scenes and time periods, and you're jumping like from time to time. The characters and the choreography and the set all moves together to transition to a different period. I have to give that to Les Mis. Special effects. Immediately when I think of Les Mis, I'm thinking when Javert's floating in midair, like, you know, dying. Spoilers! I'm thinking the shotguns, and that's pretty much it. Whereas Phantom, oh my God, Phantom by far wins this point, and I'm about to go on a nice passionate ramble about why. First of all, fire. When I tell you, I was far away from the stage, and I felt that burn on my face. I was like, there's no way. Also, Phantom shooting with his thing. Pew pew. Phantom at the end, he sits in the chair. It's revealed. It's just his mask. Phantom piano plays by itself. Phantom boat on the water. Phantom. I could even say he's the. His face is a special effect. Well, it's kind of makeup, but you know what I mean. Phantom, guy literally is being hung from the ceiling. Phantom, this motherfucker is on an angel, or did when I went it was the angel. I've seen the angel and the horse, prefer the angel though. Is literally, I am in the grand circle, and I'm looking up. Why is he here? He's here. If he falls, he's Phantom, the mirror. Let's just say, when it comes to special effects, Phantom is loaded. Characters. I believe Les Mis has more better characters, but Phantom's got the Phantom. That's like saying you've got Messi playing from Accrington Stanley and just versing like a Man United. Obviously Accrington Stanley's gonna win. But do I give characters to Phantom purely because of the Phantom? You bet your arse I am. I'll give it to Les Mis. Javert, beautiful character. Valjean, beautiful character. Javert and Valjean up against the Phantom. It's a 2-on-1 handicap, and the Phantom's winning. The Phantom's winning all day. Point to the Phantom. Well, point to Phantom. The songs. By far, probably the most important category. I didn't know how to go about tackling this one, so I asked ChatGPT to help me. I asked ChatGPT to give me the top 5 songs from each musical, and then I will look at each song and which has the better roster. Wishing you were somehow here again. Off the bat, Wishing You Were Somehow Here Again. It's a song that I always hated. It's grown on me, but it's the weakest here in my opinion. I'm sorry, it's the weakest. But when you've got On My Own, one's talking about her dead father, and the other one's talking about the lover that she don't want. Yeah, totally similar. Wishing You Were Somehow Here Again is... No, it's not for me, Chief. And as much as I love Masquerade, like I love it, like that's one of my babies, it's gotta be the second worst in this batch. I have to say that. I will then probably say One Day More, even though that's probably the best choral song in all of musical theatre. I might have to then say I Dreamed the Dream, even though I know that's probably a lot of people's favourite, but yeah, you know. Now life has killed the dream. Then probably Musical of the Night, Bring Me Home, Bring Me Home, Bring Me Home, you Bring Him Home. Oh, I forgot about Stars. That's a fucking banger. And each in your season returns and returns. Stars is up there. Musical Night's up there. I think Stars and Musical of the Night. Or did I just say Musical of the Night? Oh, the title song Phantom of the Opera. And Musical of the Night, along with Stars, Bring Him Home. What else do we have here? On My Own. Oh, my top, I think out of all these, has to be the Music of the Night. Listen to the music of the night. However, Stars, On My Own, and Bring Him Home are second, third, fourth. Although no, I might put Phantom of the Opera, like the title song, fourth. The top three songs I have of these musicals, both like two of them come from Les Mis. So I think in terms of songs, and like there's songs that are not on this list, like you got Red and Black, Empty Chairs, Empty Tables, Down Once More, Valjean soliloquy, Javert soliloquy. Yeah, Les Mis. Alright, I'll give it to Les Mis. Les Mis can have the songs, which means it's 4-4 with one last category. The score. Let's settle the score by talking about the score. The score is equally as hard as doing the songs, but it comes to a point where, let's say I'm sitting down, let's say I'm just trying to do some writing, I'm trying to relax. What am I switching on? Some Phantom of the Opera ambiance or some Les Mis ambiance? In that scenario, I'll go with Phantom. Let's say I want to get, a bit of like goosebumps. What am I gonna pick? Phantom again. I mean, it's the overture, for fuck's sake. The overture is the best moment in Phantom for a lot of people, and it's one of the best overtures in the whole of musical theatre. So I feel like I just have to give that point to Phantom. Don't get me wrong, Les Mis has an amazing score. It does. I know it, you know it has an amazing score, but Phantom's overture. Is there a theme in Les Mis that is better than the opening overture in Phantom? If you can't answer that question, then that just proves why I'm giving this point to Phantom. So, to conclude this very, very tough battle amongst giants, Phantom has the better plot. Phantom has the better sets. Les Mis has the better costumes. Les Mis has the better themes. Les Mis has the better choreography. Phantom has the better special effects. Phantom has the better characters. Les Mis has the better songs. And finally, Phantom has the better score. With that said, the scores are 5-4. So you know what that means. Your winner and the greatest musical of all time goes to... I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please, like and subscribe. And let me know in the comments, like, would any of these categories, would you shift them any other way? And also let me know if there's any other, like, musicals you want me to see, analyse, and just duke it out between of which one's better. Because I will look at your suggestions and, like, highly consider them. Oh, yeah. Going to be posting every Sunday. Every Sunday, there's going to be a new video. So stay tuned. Also, are you a fan of The Lion King? And I'm not talking the live action one. I'm talking about the classic Disney film. Are you a fan of The Lion King? Well, you would love this video right here. Check it out as I talk to you about why The Lion King is the perfect and the greatest Disney film of all time.